child abuse? It's defined as any non-accidental behaviour by parents, caregivers, or other adults. Behaviour that is abnormal and has the potential to have a substantial risk of causing physical or emotional harm to a child. There are 5 types of child abuse. The first one we're looking at is neglect. Mark has 4 oranges, each of them 30 centimetres in length. Now, what is the diameter of the moon?
Would be 56 kilometres, sir.
Good job, James. Now here, have a chocolate.
Oh,
Thanks, Teach.
I never get Mars bars.
It's delicious.
Another type of child abuse is emotional maltreatment. Let's have a look, shall we? What is this? That's mine.
You wouldn't help me with my homework.
Go do your homework yourself, worthless child. What are you doing? Get out! Where Isaac? Where's my breakfast? You're such a boy. You man. Another form of child abuse is physical abuse. Let's take a look at how this might happen.
Dad, why are you always at parties? You never get to help me with my homework.
Mind your own business, son.
Why?
This will teach you.
Oh, man!
Another form of child abuse is not widely recognised. It's a witnessing of family violence. This involves seeing or hearing violent abuse from an adult in your family to a child in your family. If this isn't reported, the witnessing itself is considered a crime. Here's an example. This will teach you.
Oh, man!
The 5th and final abuse we're looking at today is sexual abuse. This can be hard to define, as the situation can vary from a parent raping a 10-year-old as opposed to a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old having consensual sex. However, sexual abuse to a child can be described by one simple phrase. Any act which exposes a child to or involves a child in sexual processes beyond his or her understanding or contrary to accepted community standards. Here's an example. Drink! Come here, boy!
Not the white man!
Child abuse is a massive problem. In 2011, statistics show that there were 237,273 notifications of child abuse in Australia. In America, statistics show that neglect is 62.1% of all child abuse. Physical abuse is 16.6%, and sexual abuse is 9.3%. And emotional maltreatment takes up 7.1%, and medical neglect, an abuse we didn't look at today, takes up to 2% of all child abuse. All other types of child abuse takes up 14.3%. Over in China, the statistics show us that the number of child abuse cases reached 13,400 in 2009, 35% more than in 2005.
Oh. Hello there. I'm Isaac Johnson, and I'm here today on a search for the line between child abuse and healthy child discipline. I will also be talking about what the Bible has to say on child discipline and how a parent should treat their children. At the moment, our society is very strong in believing that physical discipline is not necessary and a thing of the past. Our generation of teens has also proved to be the most rebellious and bratty of generations. I am going to show you that there just might be a link in these two factors of today's society. The Bible, or Proverbs 13 verses 24 to be exact, tells us that physical discipline is actually quite a suitable and loving thing to do for your child. If we look at Hebrews 12 verses 5 to 11, it can give us an explanation for such discipline. The motives are out of love, and the purpose is to grow your child in holiness, also harvesting righteousness and peace. Many of you would be wondering what the heck I just said. What it basically means is that disciplining your child the right way will grow them to be more like God. For non-Christians, it doesn't differ. Physically disciplining your child will make them more of a good person. The book Hebrews then goes on to acknowledge the fact that physical discipline is painful and rather unpleasant. However, does this mean it's not done out of love? For my biblical advice on child discipline, also see Proverbs 22 verses 15, 23 verses 14, 29 verses 15 and 17. When physically disciplining your child, a few key points should be kept in mind that keeps the line drawn between abusing and disciplining your child. These points are to keep a temper, to not hit your children whenever you wish, to not vent your frustration into smacking your child, and to not use retribution, and not associate your discipline with anger. These 5 factors are what define the difference between child abuse and child discipline, and it is very important that if you are a parent, you keep these in mind when you're disciplining and feel angry. We can get advice on how to discipline your child from Ephesians 6 verses 1 to 4. So far, we've been told not to hold back on disciplining your child in terms of smacking them, etc. But to do this, we must keep to a few rules. But Ephesians says to us that we mustn't exasperate our children. Basically, this means 2 things. 1, don't make the boundaries too tight or the expectations too high. And 2, don't make the punishment too severe. Punishment needs to fit the crime. So now I've defined the line between child abuse and child discipline, and have also given you wisdom from the Bible on the whole topic. How are you going to treat your child? Child discipline is a thing that all parents can and should do to their children. If child discipline isn't carried out, the child won't learn many, if any, morals, values, expectations, and rules. Not only this, but specifically physical discipline leaves a very clear and strong message in particularly young children's minds that what the child has done is very wrong and they will not likely proceed to do it again. Thank you for coming with me today on the search for the line between child discipline and child abuse. I'm Isaac Johnson. They are my glasses. And goodbye.
You're an idiot!
If you suffer from any kind of child abuse, you can't do it on your own. You need help. Call 1-800-555. 1-800 and get help today. You can't do it by yourself.